Now everyone's set up, let's understand what we are working with. And I will give you a brief overview about a GitLab Duo agent platform before we go into the hands-on session. So when it comes to our agenda, we are now into the second part of the agenda, introduction to GitLab Duo agent platform. Let's start with some challenges you likely face today. So we have written down five different challenges, like triaging security vulnerability, which is often time consuming and requires special expertise, enforcing security standards while not slowing down developers. So these the eternal balance. You have often siloed planning and project management, which weakens collaboration across different teams, and low quality code makes it deployment due to insufficient testing, and also the poor developer experience from constant context switching between different tools. And all of these problems are compounded when you don't have AI assistance across the entire software development lifecycle. And this maybe sounds familiar with the problems you are facing privately or also in your organization. And these are the exact problems GitLab Duo agent platform is addressing. GitLab Duo agent platform is our answer to these challenges on the previous slide. It's the DevSecOps orchestration platform for humans and also AI agents. We have four key differentiators. So GitLab Duo agent platform is built on GitLab Secure platform, which means secure isn't built on, it's built in. It has an ecosystem of AI agents throughout the entire software development lifecycle, and it's not just code completion. It's fully customizable to your organization needs, and it orchestrates seamlessly with your existing AI developer tools. And this isn't just another AI coding assistant, it's a comprehensive platform for the whole software development lifecycle, from planning to creating a merge request, implementing features, deploying, and also monitoring. Why you should choose GitLab for AI across your software development lifecycles. GitLab Duo Agent Platform has the full context aware through AI throughout the software development lifecycle. It's the industry-leading DevSecOps platform backed by a unified data model, and it's integrated advanced security and compliance, and it's, as I said, it's built in and not added on. It has advanced deployment options, meeting where you are, so which doesn't matter if you are on cloud, self-hosted, or also air-gapped. And it has real-time metrics to help improve team efficiencies. And these aren't just features, they are really competitive advantages for your organization, helps you to deliver software faster. And here you can see what makes GitLab Duo Agent Platform special. So our unified data model connects plan and create, integrate and verify, deploy and operate, and monitor and improve together. Only GitLab Duo agents can provide the full context of your software development lifecycle. And this is important when it comes to AI, because the full context can make better suggestions. You can collaborate with AI agents on all tasks and not only on just coding. It can also improve the code quality while security vulnerabilities decrease. And this is the foundation that enables everything you will see today later in our hands-on session. As I said, with the GitLab Duo agent platform, security is baked in and not on top on our GitLab Duo agent platform. Our integrated security and compliance policies enable Duo agents to operate within your enterprise guardrails. Teams can leverage GitLab Duo in highly regulated industry, and it even works in offline and air-gapped environments. And you can also bring your own models. So this is also something you can see on the right side here on the screenshot, that you can choose your own models, Mistral, ChatGPT, or whatever. So this gives you the flexibility, and it doesn't compromise your security posture. And GitLab Duo agents can also live in multiple environments. In your IDE for real-time code assistance, in the GitLab web application for collaboration and review, in CI/CD pipelines for automated tasks. Developers really can delegate tasks to agents like their team members. And Duo agents are available today in our public beta and will be GA general availability coming later this winter. One last thing before we jump into our hands-on session to make the theory part really, really slow or small is our GitLab Duo AI catalog. And this is where agents come to life. So you can create and share your own custom agents through a centralized discoverable catalog. Community can publish tools that you contribute back. And it's a public marketplace for sharing agents created by the broader GitLab community. You can think of like an app store for AI agents tailored to software development. And this is also something we will see later during the hands-on portion. Maybe one chat I currently see is in the chat is, are cloud models also supported? Yes, we also support cloud models. This is something I can also show you in seconds. And with that, let's jump into the hands-on exercise. So yeah, we already covered the lab setup. I give you a little bit small introduction about GitLab Duo Agent Platform. For sure, we can talk hours around that, but we really want to make it as a hands-on exercise. So yeah, with that, let's start into the session. So as I already shared with you, is that we have here the our group, and within this group we have a project called Swagshop.workshop. And is in this project, there's also already one issue. So by clicking into the project on the left side, there are issues, and you can see that there's one issue for the workshop instructions. And I will open this. And you can also open this at the same time. And this is something what we are doing right now is to show you or going with you all of these instructions to show you GitLab Duo Agent platform. I will just pause my sharing for a second and will share the whole screen because I have to split on the left side the workshop instruction and then on the right side doing the instructions. So maybe give me just 1 second. And right now, perfect. And with that, just copy again. I hope it's possible to read for the screen, but what we will do right now is that I will have on the left side the instructions for our workshop today. On the right side, I'm doing the task with you together. If I'm too fast or too slow, please let me know. And with that, let's go to our first step. So yeah, the goal is to give you an overview about what's possible with GitLab Duo Agent Platform. One note, we will work with features in these workshops that are in beta or experimental phase. So maybe there can be some outages as the development team is actively working on it. So if there's anything, if you counter any problems, please raise your hand and then I hope we can solve it. Cool. The first step is setup and configuration. And in this step, there we have 4 prep steps. And let's start with the first one. The first one is really simple. We just need to run a pipeline, that we have at least run one pipeline. So with that, I'm going to the menu, going to code, to build and pipelines. And then there's a new button, new pipeline. As of now, there are no pipelines in our history. So let's run a new pipeline. Clicking on new pipeline, there's also one input, but this is okay. And then just triggering the pipeline. Great. Cool. The pipeline is now running. I've tried it yesterday. So I think it should take around 10 minutes. But what we can see here is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stages. We have the build stage. We have some security stages and jobs, the test stage, deploy, and also one cleanup stage. While the pipeline is running, we can go into and do the prep step 2. We will skip the optional step. We do not want to create a new tag. That's not necessary. So let's start directly with prep step 2 with the agentic chat. So let's go back to our homepage of your project. In this case, it's called Swagshop Dub Workshop. On the right corner, there's a button, Add New Chat, where you can open a new GitLab Duo chat. And then you can choose between different agents. We will start with the GitLab Duo chat agent. And yeah, there it opens a new chat and it says, I'm GitLab Duo agent Dick Chat, your personal AI-powered assistant. And maybe to the questions, what I read in the chat is, are Claude models supported? Yes, there are Claude models supported. In this case, Claude Haiku 4.5 is our default model, but we are also able to choose between other models from ChatGPT or also from Anthropic. But for this cast, we will stay with Claude Haiku. And one thing is to mention is that please enable also the agentic mode to make sure that you can use all of the agentic features. And if you have some context in, so we can use the reset functionality here to clear the context. But in this case, it's an empty chat, so nothing will happen. Cool. Let's start with the prep step 3, issues and merge requests. And for that, we just need to copy and paste the following instructions into the chat. So the instruction is about to read the file, which is in the runbook, and create GitLab issues and merge requests. There are some rules. And for each item in the issue array, it should create the issue, create a branch, create a merge request, and also add node. And the expected result, what we are expecting is of 3 different issues, 3 different branches, 3 different merge requests, and 1 node on the 3rd merge request. So let's start it. And maybe there's other, where's the link to the instructions? When you are within your group, then there is the Swagshop Dub Workshop project, and within the project, there is the issue. It's called Workshop Instructions, where you should see the instructions, what we are doing, and we are currently right now at prep step 3. Prep step 3 is copy paste, and then if you are asked to approve, we need to have to approve, and this should be, we should have to 9 steps to approve. So let's do this. Yeah. Thanks, Joachim, to answering the questions. You have to enable the agentic mode, and then with the agentic mode, you can choose between different models. In our case, let's stay and use the default models. I now have to approve 9 times, which creates all the work items, the merge requests, and also the branches. And the idea behind is that on each step, a human is in the loop. So we always see that AI or agents don't replace developer. We see that they are helping developers to deliver higher, better quality, but also have a human in the loop. All right. Let's approve also to create a commit. This takes some time. In the meantime, also our pipeline is running. I hope this works for everyone. And cool. And now the agent is finished and he provides a completion report. So it's created 3 issues: add product security functionality to improve user experience, CI pipeline failing due to updated Flake 8 configuration, and improve text contrast on product cards for better readability. It also creates 3 merge requests, and it also creates three branches. And the status is all items proceeded successfully with no errors. So I will wait for a second, but in the meantime, you can also have a look into your issues, for example, into the overview, and you can see, okay, there are now 1, 2, 3 other issues. Great. Let's wait for another second. And in step 3, you have to copy the text here, beginning with read the file to the issue. If this doesn't, just the part identified as code, right? That's correct, Matteo. This is something you have. And then during the GitLab do agent session, you have to approve to create the work items and the issues and the commit.
Maybe as a general hint, since we have in the general instructions, also in the next steps that I'm covering later, there are some code snippets or prompt snippets where you can just use this copy to clipboard icon to easily copy the prompts into your Duo Chat agent chat window. Yeah, so there are plenty of prompts that we provide that you can follow, but you can also feel free to test something out with Duo Agentic Chat. Now you have access to it, but to follow the practices, you can just use our prompts and copy them like Johannes showed you. Great.
And for sure, we can wait another minute until the agent is done and created all of your issues. To check if the agent did everything what we told him, as I said, the completion report should give you 3 different issues, 3 different merge requests, and also the branches related to the merge request. Yeah. For the questions, please use also the Q&A sections. Maybe there's also one question in the Q&A section around the numbering of issues. If you have other numbering, that shouldn't be a problem. So yeah. All right. Cool. With that, I will go to the next step, which is prep step 4 to get the daily compass. As I told you on the theory slides, that is that we have the AI catalog where you can choose between different different agents. And one agent we have created is called the Daily Compass. So to enable the Daily Compass, which should be already done, is to enable it in a group. And here you can use the top level group, but this step isn't necessary because this is something we have already done for you. So if we would like to enable the Daily Compass, we only have to go to agents, to automate and then agents, and then enable agent from group. And here we can choose the Daily Compass. So to enable the Daily Compass agents, it's not necessary to enable the Daily Compass for the top level group. This is already done from by us. You only have to go to automate agents, and then you should be able to enable agent from group. I can also make it a little bit bigger, enable agent from group, and then I can enable this Daily Compass agent for my project. And then I can see that it's enabled. When I go back to my Swag shop dub workshop, I now should be able to see here the Daily Compass agent. So let me say it again. For step 4, you should have to go to automate agents and then just enable agent from group, choosing the Daily Compass, enable it. Yeah, in this case, it couldn't be enabled because it's already configured. And if you see the Daily Compass agents in the Enable tab, then everything looks good. And you can double check and verify when you go back to your overview of the Swag shop, dub workshop, and go to Daily Compass. Great. Maybe let's wait another minute for that. Okay, and before we go into the steps of our work, let me go back to the slide deck. That's the right one. So we have now enabled the Daily Compass agent, and the AI catalog lets you create and share custom agents that can automate your routine work. It can handle specialized tasks like security scanning, documentation, or deployment validation. And the daily agent compass is here to analyze your GitLab environment to identify high impact tasks. And this is how AI can help you to prioritize, not just to execute. And this is something we would like to show you right now. So I hope everyone is there here. So let's jump into our first exercise. So let's open a new GitLab Duo and ask the GitLab Duo to analyze this project structure and suggest improvements for maintainability and scalability. Let's go open GitLab Duo and then make sure that you have the agentic mode enabled, and ask to analyze this project structure and suggest improvement for maintainability and scalability. And what you can see here right now is that it lists the repository tree of what is within the project. It also gets the project information. It reads the README markdown file from the project, and it reads some files around app Python, database Python, the agents README file, and I can make it bigger. And what we get back is the project structure of the project, what are the current strengths, and what are areas for improvements. And one follow-up task to ask the agent can be or could be to create an issue in this project based on your recommendations. And I need to approve to create the issue. So let's approve. And yeah, it has created the issue in 7. And you can also read the description here if you want. But when you go back to our issues, there should be issue 7, 24 seconds created ago by myself. And it has the name Refactor Application Architecture for Improved Maintainability and Scalability. Cool. That's the first step from our first task. Let's move to the second step, which is where we ask now the daily Compass agents to get an overview about quick wins. So in this case, you can stay within the issues overview or go back to our project overview, open a new chat, choose the daily Compass agent and ask the daily Compass agents, give me the quick wins for this project. So in this case, it lists the issues of the project, also the merge requests, all the commits, read some comments of the merge requests. And what you can see is, let me a little bit bigger, that there are the quick wins. Priority 1 is the critical fix failed pipeline. We also have quick win opportunities and code reviews needed. And I would like to have the link to the item which is mentioned in priority 1. So just ask the daily Compass agents to give me the link to the item in priority 1, and I can open it directly by clicking on it. Great. That's everything around task 1. So what we did is we ask or we used the general Duo agent chat to ask to analyze the project structure and suggest improvements. And then we also asked to create an issue in this project based on the recommendation. And in the second step, we ask the daily Compass agents to give quick wins for this project and also give us the link to the priority 1 item. In this case, it is to adjust flake 8 line length to resolve pipeline failures. Cool. I will wait maybe for a minute that everyone is also there. So at the end of task 1, you should be also have open this fix. All right. I hope now as also open the fix and we can go to the next session, which is around fixing failed pipeline. And yeah, with that, let's go back to one slide before jumping into the demo. So yeah, one of the key flows where agents can help you is to yeah, fix failed pipelines. And this can help you to automatically diagnose and fix issues in your GitLab CI/CD pipelines. And yeah, it can really help you to make sure to solve broken pipelines. You do not have to worry about to identify and discover all of the logs. Why is a pipeline failed? How to fix it, and then create a merge request. This can be done by our fixed failed pipeline flow. So, and with that, let me go back to the instruction, show you how you can do that. So yeah, let's start with open the pipelines tab in the merge request you are in. So this is the merge request I have opened. And when I go to the merge request sections, I can see that stage one, that the build stage and the security stage passed, but job failed during the test stage. And yeah, what we can do right now is to go or to see that there is a button which is called Fix Pipeline with Duo. And the only thing you have to do is to create or press this button, and then there will be kicking off yeah, CI/CD fixed failed pipeline agent, which can help you to solve these failed pipeline. I missed to click on the job ID here, but you can have a look which pipeline is running, which agent is running when you go to automate and then on sessions. And then I can see that I have triggered 30 seconds ago the fixed pipeline version 1. And when I go into the details, I can see that the pipeline is, or that the session is created, but as of now, not started. It depends due to the limited capabilities of our runners. Once the pipeline or once the flow will be started. So maybe I have to refresh. Yeah, now I can see that it's running, and I can see that the session is triggered and now is performing actions. So it checks for patterns, and yeah, we now have to wait until the session has finished, and then we can read the agent's reasoning part. So maybe let's do it again, that everyone can also do it in parallel. So let me go back to the merge request. So there is the merge request, which is called fix adjust flake in 8 line length to resolve pipeline failures. And within these merge requests, you see that the test job failed. And to start the session, the agent, you have to just click to fix pipeline with do. And then when you click fix pipeline with do, you can have a look about the status quo of the session when you go to automate sessions. And then, yeah, it looks like that the session failed. So let's see. Okay, looks like that someone else triggered that session. Okay, maybe I have to do it again. So yeah, as I said, these are beta features, and the team is working constantly on it. So there can be also some outage. So yeah, let's do it again. Okay. Yeah, so Tobias, you should have your own group where you can trigger your own fixed pipeline. So let's go back to sessions. Let's see. The session started. Let's wait for a couple of seconds and yeah, now it's running. Hopefully now it's yeah, not failing. Let's okay, the session is triggered. This can take a time, depending on how long the agent is running. Yeah, if it fails, try it again. So that's always a good recommendation. Okay. It looks like that the agent has some problems. That's not a problem right now. So let me just open a project where I tested it yesterday. So give me just one second, and I I I just need a second to find the right link that I can show you how it should looks like. That's yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah, I will also try it again to do it again. So, but that should, let's go back to merge requests and click the session again. But in the meantime, I can show it. This is another project. It's the same project, and this is how agents are working. So these are non-deterministic systems, which means when you're writing in the same input, you're always getting maybe another output. And this can happen with agents, but this is something I did yesterday, what you can see here, December 15th. And this flow finished. And what you can see is here that it analyzed the failure context report, or provide a failure context report, and then also added some files, and then fixed the pipeline. And in the end, it created a merge request, which you can see here, and the merge request successfully passed. So this is how it should looks like when everything is working. Yeah, let's see. But it looks like that. Yeah, in this case, my agent is failing. I can't tell you exactly why. I can not tell it you at the moment. but if everything is working, then you should be able to get an agent reasoning and a pipeline fixed complete status about the things, what the merge request did or what the agent did. And in the end, there should be a merge request which helps you to update the fixed CI/CD pipeline, and then everything should pass. All right. And with that, we will have a short break, I would say 6 minutes until 3 p.m. CET time. And maybe in the meantime, you can try to restart the agents again, and hopefully then it's working. So we see you in 6 minutes, 3 p.m. CT. And then I will also hand over to Fabian, who will run the second part of the workshop.
Exactly. And as mentioned, I see that some of you posted in the chat or also in the Q&A section about some failures randomly. I also wrote it in the answers, just that you are aware of and that we are transparent. The Duo Agent platform is currently in beta. So that is the reason why it could occur that some random issues are coming up. But if that's the case, maybe just reload the page or create a new chat and try it out again. That can occur in that state. But let's see if we can go through in the next task without more failures.
Yeah, let's grab something to drink, maybe some coffee, and then see you in 5 minutes. Okay, I hope everyone had a new coffee, something to drink. And yeah, let's wait until Oleg and Fabian are also back. So cool.
Yes.
Yeah, with that, I would like to hand over to Fabian, who is running or will run the second part of the workshop. And I will now, for now, answering the questions in the chat and also in the Q&A sections. So over to you, Fabian.
Yes. So welcome back. And maybe at the beginning of my part, let us summarize a little bit what you have already learned about our GitLab Duo Asian platform offering. So in general, you have set up your lab, and I hope that everyone was able now with all the links to set up his demo lab environment and have access also to the instructions. And Johannes explained at the beginning in general what GitLab Duo Asian platform is about, also what our goal is, and what is very important. I saw that also in the Q&A. What does it mean to support the whole SDLC? We often talk about supporting in the code creation area with AI tooling, something that everybody is currently doing. But we want to offer our customers more, and that's especially meant with supporting the whole SDLC. I will also show it later on in one of the slides. Then you had some interaction with our GitLab Duo agentic chat. Had the possibility to use the daily compass, a specialized or a foundational agent that is specialized in the area of project management, handling issues and epics and stuff like that. And you did a work prioritization with that. And last but not least, we had a failed pipeline, and we were able to fix this pipeline with the help of Duo. So that is in general, I guess, a very valuable thing, because who does not know failed pipelines in general in the platform? So with that being said, let's switch to the next feature that I want to show you. And this is the issue to MR flow. What does it mean? So issue to MR means it's one of our most powerful features or flows in GitLab Duo Agent platform. And
Fabian, I think you do not share your screen.
I do not share my screen. Oh my God. Then let's change that.
Yeah,
Now it's
now
better.
you are
Okay.
sharing your screen.
Thank you for the hint. So issue to MR workflow. So the traditional thing is when you use maybe GitLab as a planning tool and also have epics and issues there and organize your backlog with GitLab, then you can use issues to maybe create user stories to describe new features that you want to implement into your project. And what is the traditional flow in general? Yeah, you create the issue. Maybe also take some time to create a good and proper issue description with requirements, acceptance criteria, and so on. And you assign it to developers. The developer gets the issue. The developer needs to read the issue, understand what is meant, and understand the requirements, create a branch, open an MR, and plan the approach, how to implement this feature. And depending on the feature, on the project, of course, there are simple, there are more complex projects. This can take up some time, definitely, maybe from 15 to 30 minutes. And this is something that where we as GitLab want to support all our customers and users by automating this with GitLab Duo. And GitLab Duo is doing this in 3 steps. So in the first step, GitLab Duo analyzes the issue description and the requirements. And of course, the better the context is, also the better is the result at the end. So if you have a proper description with some requirements, acceptance criteria, and so on, that's very good. That's a very good base at the end for GitLab Duo. And the second step, GitLab Duo is creating a development plan. So it breaks down the whole work that needs to be done into logical steps, and also shares this with you so that you can look over it and at the end say, yeah, that looks good or not, and can maybe work on that a little bit. And the third step is at the end, open a draft merge request. This is then also directly linked to the original issue with a plan in description. And yeah, so that's a very easy thing, and helps you in maybe getting from 20 minutes to open MMR for a new issue to just maybe seconds at the end. And then you have the chance to review the plan, maybe make some adjustments, of course, and then to start coding or yeah, let it code or make some adjustments to that. Yeah, maybe let's dive into it. So going back here, I hope you can read that quite good. Let me adjust it a little bit. So yeah, I think that should be readable for you. Otherwise, Oleg or Johannes, please interrupt me. So I have the session here. I'm currently in the instructions, and what we are now going to do is to go to the implement dark mode heading here, because this is the next step that we want to do, to implement dark mode. So on the left side, I have my instructions. On the right side, I have the project where I'm doing my work. And what we are now going to do is to, first of all, where is it? I need to make it a little bit bigger because, yeah, I want to show you that when I open GitLab Pages, you see the swag shop. So in general, our project has a Pages deployment where you can view some GitLab swag in general. By the way, we have a nice swag shop. I can only recommend, but that should be no advertisement for our swag shop. What I want to show you is we have a just white background. And so what we are now going to do is, let me reload. Yeah, there I'm back. What we are now going to do is to go into the issues. So to issues. So, and there are plenty of issues that we have, but I guess also this was the one that Johannes was looking into, the failed CI pipeline. But now I would like to create a new issue to describe what we want to implement, and that's the dark mode feature. So what I'm now going to do is I just create a new chat window. And I can also use here this planner agent because it's an expert in the whole planning area. So, and since we are going to create some issues here in epics, that's the best agent that we can use for that. So what we can now do is, you can, as a step one, if you like, feel free, you can say what kind of issues are missing and so on. So you can ask general questions to get a good overview about all the issues in the project. What I'm now going to do is I use this prompt here. I can just copy it to the clipboard. That's the easiest way. And asked for creating an issue. And if you read through it, implement dark mode for the swag shop, there's a toggle button, a moon sun icon in the navbar, switches between light and dark theme. And so there is also some technical instructions, use CSS custom properties, local storage persistence, and so on. Yeah, so it's not that much content, it's very shortly summarized. And let's see what GitLab Duo is saying when I just create it and send it. Yeah. So what is the agent doing? It's saying it's create the issue for us about dark mode implementation. Also, that you understand the technical thing in the background, the agent is using a tool, and the tool in this case is the create work item. So work item in GitLab in the planning stage mean these are the items like issues or epics. Yeah. And so the agent is asking for approval to use the tool create work item. Yeah. So to have the approval to create this issue at the end. And so you have the chance here to interrupt. Yeah. Or you can say, hey, let me first read the description. Yeah. But I would say that sounds very good. Therefore, that I just only copied a short summarized prompt. It's a very nice issue. And so I say, I approve that. And now issue 9 is created with implement dark mode for the swag shop. So let's see. I can, if you also like, it's always at the end, GitLab Duo is asking for, should I do something more? You can also set due dates, assign it directly via Duo chat. So this is all possible. But what I'm now going to do is I just reload the page. And then I should see the new issue. And there it is. Implement dark mode for the swag shop. Let me open that. I can also expand it here with this icon. And I would say that looks very good. I assign it myself. Good. Maybe I just wait some seconds if you also do this in parallel so that you can wait until you also have this issue created. And then we do the magical stuff, the next magical stuff. Okay. So as I said before, the typical workflow would be to read through it, then create a merge request and start to code. And this button here, generate MR with Duo, this is exactly the button that we now need to click so that a new agent session is started, the flow is started, and will then in the background work and yeah, create the merge request. So now let's do that. And then you see it is popping up, developer, and here is the session is created. So now I can click on view. And then we jump from the issue directly to the automate session menu, just that you also, again, that you can see it. So with Duo Agent Platform, this new menu is coming, automate on the left bar, where you have access to the agents, triggers, flows, and also to the sessions. And then I have here a new session from the type flow. And that can take up to round about maybe 5 minutes in sum for this issue, but some after some seconds you should already see the activity. I don't know if Johannes explained that, because in the meantime, when Johannes explained some things and did it, I also try to answer with Oleg other questions. The interesting thing is you see here a job ID. in this session, because what we are doing is we are using the GitLab CI environment and the runners to let these flows be executed on this infrastructure, so on the GitLab runners. That's the reason why you have a job ID linked here. And now looking back to the activity tab.
Maybe one thing, there was a question, maybe in the meantime, while the agent is working. There was a question around why should you use the GitLab Planner agent instead of the GitLab Duo Chat. The reason behind that is that the Planner agent has, how to say it, better instructions how to create an issue, what should be in an issue, and all the things. So there's like a set of instructions how to create the issue and all the things and what should be in the issue. And it's the reason why you should use the Planner agent, which is provided from GitLab, instead of using the GitLab Duo Chat. For sure, you can use the GitLab Duo Chat, but the GitLab Duo Chat does not have specified instructions around how an issue should look like. So that's why you should here use the Planner agent.
Yeah, that's a good addition. Just as a practical example, maybe you and your company, most of the companies I'm dealing with, they are working agile, they are working in sprints, and some companies have specific requirements. How has a user story to look like? What is a user story? So everybody has different requirements. And if you say, in my user story should always look like this, there are 3 headings, maybe with acceptance criteria and so on. Or there should be also maybe some metrics in this user story, then this is something that you can give as an instruction to your agent. So you can create your own planner agent as an example, so that you can ensure when people, product owners, product managers are using that you always get the same visualization and have maybe the same information in general in these user stories. That's a very good practical example, and how you can adapt it a little bit to your own requirements, so to say. So what you can see, it is doing a lot in the background, yeah. So, and that is the power of the agentic feature. It is reading the directory, the issue, the explanation, the requirements, and so on. Gets a good overview about how is the project structured. What do I need to adapt? Is it only one file? Are there multiple files that I need to change? And so this is something that you can read here. And at the end, we see the implementation plan. So what I said, it is creating a plan, lets you review this plan, and is also breaking this down into single task that needs to be done. And there are plenty of tasks here. And yeah. So what we now can do is go back. I go back to the Swag shop. Then to merge request. And there we see the draft feature implement dark mode toggle. Currently, there are no changes because the session is not completely finished. Yeah, but you also see here directly the link to the original issue. So that is also something that is automatically done. So, and I do not hope that my session is failed. Oh, some seconds, 30 seconds ago, it was editing files. Yeah. I'm going to reload the page again. seems to stuck. I don't know if the colleagues get feedback if it is working on your side currently. Maybe you are more lucky than me. But otherwise, I would just say I started again. So then I will do or initiate a second session in the background. So let me go into this one. So that's another session. Yeah. And as you can see, yeah, definitely my one is failed. This is created. I would say we put it into the background and wait a second for that. And then we can take a look if this is working then this session. Great. What you can also do, and we have here these example prompts. You can just ask GitLab Duo any related questions here. Also, like recommend a comprehensive testing strategy, or analyze the Python application for potential performance bottlenecks. Let us just try it out. What GitLab Duo is then doing. But therefore, I do not use the planner agent because, as also Johannes said, it's more focused on planning. You can also use it, but I would use the general development assistant. So the general chat prompted here, and then let's see what kind of output GitLab Duo is suggesting here. So you can also see it's listing the repository tree and searching for all Python files and so on. So it seems that there are some things that we could improve. Create product index dictionary. So I need to say I'm not a developer, but so I would believe it, or you can from this extract, from this output, you can think about, okay, maybe this is a good idea, and I could then start to work a little bit more and closer with the agent in this case to let it explain why it is the case, why these kind of optimizations are recommended, and also maybe directly create issues out of that and prioritize them. So this is also something that you can do. Great. Let me switch back to our sessions again, because I would like to see if the issue to MR workflow now is working. So I go to automate and sessions again. So here it is still running.
Maybe we get also some feedback from Daravanan and Fabrizio and Tobias that the sessions are finished. They started a little bit earlier than your session. So yeah.
That's good to hear. Oh, okay. That's a big text here. So Maya is reading file. Yeah, let us put this in the background. Good to hear that you were able. Maybe you were a little bit earlier and then it worked. Happy for you. Great. Then, if you if your flow or your session is already done, you can go into the MR. Then the merge request pipeline is also executed, and when this is also finished, you can click on the review app, because there's a review app configured in this pipeline. And then you should also see the result at the end, so that you have on the top right a moon and a sun icon to really switch the from dark mode to a normal mode. Okay. Great. Then let us go back to the next topic. And this is the topic of code review. Code review, yeah, it is necessary, definitely. And it can also be a very time-consuming, can be a time-consuming job always. But it is important in a proper software development process, also when you're working in a team. And we also identified not only coding is important and get AI support in the coding, yeah, also how can GitLab support developers in the code review? And we found with GitLab Duo Code Review a solution that is transforming in general code review in 3 ways. So what you can do is you can, on the first hand, you can assign GitLab Duo as a code reviewer or as a reviewer in your merge request as an example. And yeah, it's like having a senior developer available 24/7. And the good thing is when you mention GitLab Duo or you configure it as or assign it as a reviewer, you get instant feedback on the code quality, on bugs, on best practices, and it reviews the merge request immediately after assignment. The second thing is it's an interactive review. So when you assign it to a review or as a reviewer, and you get some proposals, you can also directly ask some questions and yeah, or also say, hey, how can I improve my performance? Or are there any security concerns, as an example? So you get context-aware suggestions for your specific code. And the third thing, which is very cool, is that you can give GitLab Duo some custom review instructions. That means you can define global patterns for specific files, for specific programming languages that you use. So in our example, maybe we have a Python app here, so you can define some Python-related instructions and for error handling, rate limiting, etc. And this is good because I know that for many companies who have some own coding guidelines next to the general coding best practices for specific programming languages. And so you can put them and insert them to the merge request instructions. So GitLab Duo is every time when a new merge request is assigned to GitLab Duo, it reviews against your requirements. So the key benefits of these are consistency. So you have the same standards every time, and GitLab Duo catches common issues before a human review. So that is especially for people who need to make a lot of reviews, or maybe also senior devs that are reviewing from junior devs, some MRs. That is very good because they do not need to cover and review the first basic issues. Yeah, they can more focus on other stuff or architecture stuff and so on. And let for first review, let GitLab do this job. And yeah, you have an automatic review directly, but you still need human approval. And that's very important because it's not AI is doing everything. It's AI and human collaboration. Let us work with this code review. So what we're going to do, and my merge request is now also created. That's good. It was a second try that worked. But let us go to the code review. So in this section here, you get a description of what we can do. So we are going now to the merge request. So I'm going here into the merge request menu. And what we take as an example is the merge request about the implementation of product search and filtering. This should be this one here. So feature implement product search and filtering. So this MR, it also has some changes here. That's good. So what you now need to do to use Duo code review is to in my area, the UI is a little bit smaller, so you can expand here the sidebar so that you see the menu with assignees, reviewers, labels, and so on. And I'm now assigning this to myself as an assignee, and I click on edit, and then I type in Duo, and you see here GitLab Duo. So now GitLab Duo gets assigned. And then you directly see in the activity area at the bottom of the MR that GitLab Duo is starting to review your merge request. And it will let you know when it's finished. That's good. In the meantime, because I don't like when something does not work, let me just switch back and take a look if this is now. Ah, that looks better. Okay. Now I can review the app. Ah, dark mode sun. Okay, now I'm happy again. That's good. So I can also say it worked in my case. So going back to this one here. So depending on your MR, of course, how many changes you have, I don't know how many we have here. So there's an HTML change. There's an MD change, Markdown file change. So that can take up some time, of course. I hope everybody is still on track and knows where we are. In the meantime, until GitLab Duo is creating the results, what I would like to show you is, and I open that in a new tab that I can quickly switch back, because I mentioned on the slide that you have the chance to, or the capability to create custom instructions. And this is done by adding a specific file here into the repository. When you are in the repository, there's a folder called .gitlab. You can click on this one, and there are some other files in here, but there's also a Duo folder. And in this Duo folder, we have a YAML file called mr-review-instructions. And this one, this is a typical YAML file. And here we have the enhanced GitLab Duo MR review instructions with one colleague created. And the good thing is you can just write it in the YAML structure. You can write what kind of requirements there are existing. As an example, it's very good documented here. As one example, we have here duplicated CSS rules. Look for identical or near identical rules across multiple selectors, so that you can clean up your CSS configuration a little bit. Then we have here semantic inconsistencies, misleading names are checked. Also, it is checked for unused variables. So also something good when there are variables in the code and they are not really used, then GitLab Duo should especially check this one and propose it as a change that you just remove it and make your code more clean. So this is one example of what you can do. So it's a mix of best practices, but also some own requirements that you can include, and you have to create this kind of YAML file and put it into the project so that it is considered as soon as you start the review by GitLab Duo. Okay, I'm switching back to the merge request that we wanted to review. And as we can see, GitLab Duo is, yeah, so to say, finished with this review. So, oh, well, I cannot scroll again here. No. So there are some things that are proposed. Here, as an example, the documentation is too minimal for a demo project. Consider expanding it to include implementation details and so on. So there's it's not only looking to code or also to documentation in general. And what we have here is something for the HTML file products. The search input lacks accessibility attributes. For a professional demo, consider adding ARIA labels to improve accessibility. What you can now do, and that's a great thing, you just do not only get a recommendation, you also get a direct suggested change, and you can say you can apply it, or what you can also do is with mentioning GitLab Duo, what do I need to do? What are ARIA labels? So I do not, to be honest, I don't know what ARIA labels are. I think I have an understanding what GitLab Duo is mentioning here, but I can also say add comment now. And GitLab Duo should explain what it means. And you see also the immediate action. So it's directly working on a reply. And yeah, so here I have my answer. Apply the suggested change to add an ARIA label. ARIA stands for Accessible Rich Internet Applications. Yeah, so that is good for experienced developer, and I'm not a one. The first proposal would be okay, and maybe just saying, okay, check, you are right. In my case, I just needed to ask to get a little bit more context and explanation, and this is something you can do. So it's like a senior I'm chatting with directly in the merge request and have an interaction with it, and that's very helpful. And at the end, I say, okay, let's apply this suggestion. That looks good. And so then I directly see it's applied. And you also see that the code in the merge request is directly changed. Great. Yeah, and so on. So we have here some other things that we can also check. So there are plenty of recommendations. You also see next to the single threads where each proposed change is listed, where you can interact with GitLab Duo. You also see a summary in general. Yeah, my recommendations are focused on improving code maintainability by moving lines and so on, proper ARIA labels. Yeah, so you get a very good summary of all the proposals that are done by GitLab Duo. Okay. So if you like to play, you can also take another MR later on, play a little bit with GitLab Duo. Yeah, so to collect some experience and also to check what is possible at the end. But this is important to show you, to explain how GitLab Duo is supporting the general process of code reviews. Good. Then just wait some seconds, drink a little bit water, and then we go to the next topic I want to show you. I hope the speed is okay for you, Johannes, Oleg. I don't know, not looking to the feedback of the group,
No,
but
no, no, looks good.
looks good. Okay.
Yeah. Um, I think we can go ahead.
Great.
Maybe one thing to mention. So Fabian showed that you can use GitLab Duo to review code, but there's also integrations for other agents like Claude or any other AI large language model you can use, and then you can tag in GitLab Duo, or you can also tag Claude or any other large language model if you have configured it, to ask them to review code and provide feedback. That's also possible.
Yeah. That's, I guess, one advantage of the Duo agent platform, so that we make this platform also more open. Yeah. So if some users are more using Cloud Code or Gemini or whatever, that they can also use it. And the important thing is, but give the context, which is in our platform in form of issues, merge requests, the code base, and so on. Make it open also to other agents. Yeah. And that's one of our big advantages here. Okay, let's talk about security. Maybe in the meantime, would be always interesting to see. I guess we have here a lot of GitLab users already in this group. If you want to write and share in the chat, if you are already using GitLab, maybe also GitLab Ultimate with all its DevSecOps features, security scanner, vulnerability management, and so on, maybe you can just write it down. Would be interesting to see. Because now we talk about security. Security is critical, and we, as GitLab, we always said we have a DevSecOps platform, so we are supporting the shift left approach. Yeah, so to include security directly in the software development lifecycle and not scan for security vulnerabilities at the end when everything is deployed. So that's in general our idea how we want to support that, and especially in terms of vulnerability management and vulnerability resolution. We try to help our customers with GitLab Duo, because maybe you know it, you have older software projects, you are starting to scan them with SAR scanner and so on, and there are plenty of vulnerabilities, and who wants to deploy applications to production knowing that there are some critical vulnerabilities? And fixing these vulnerabilities can take a lot of time and research and so on. And what we are trying to do with GitLab Duo is to support our customers in two ways. On the one hand is you can, and you see it also on this screenshot here, you can resolve a vulnerability with AI. What happens is that GitLab Duo is checking the vulnerability, is creating a merge request with a suggested fix, and propose then a solution based on an analysis of the vulnerable code, the context, and so on. The second thing is, what you can also see is explain with AI. So you can use GitLab Duo to explain the vulnerability, to get more details, maybe also make a short risk assessment. Is this really dangerous in my case? And also to prioritize at the end. If you also have some other tasks to do, to say, is it more important now to fix this or not? And to prioritize. So you get some suggested solutions. So the key features are you get a generated MR, including a fix explanation. You can teach the people with that and get more experience in security vulnerabilities. And the critical thing is, of course, you can, or you need to review the MR. Like in every case, also what we showed now, yeah, GitLab Duo is just doing a proposal, and you as a human need to approve and review it, of course. Yeah, but it helps you to get a first proposal. let us do it in this way. So going back to our demo environment, we are now here in this heading, analyze vulnerabilities, implement a fix, and do additional analysis. So what I'm now going to do is I go in my project to the vulnerability report. So I go to the menu and then secure vulnerability report. For those of you who already know that with Ultimate, this is coming. So, whoops, that are a lot of info boxes. So now I have my vulnerability report. For those of you who do not know that, if you enable in GitLab projects or in GitLab pipelines various security scanners that also GitLab is offering in form of standard templates like a secret scan, SAST scan, container scanning, dependency scanning, and so on. After the pipeline is running, you get here a full list with several, so depending on your project and your code, of course, but we have here several findings with a severity, with a description, the identifier, and also the report type. So what kind of finding is it? Is it a secret or is it a SAST finding, and so on? And so you can scroll down here. We have many things here up. And what I would like to show you is you can also filter. And I can filter here for, this is also described here in our step 3, filter the report. I delete the status, so I make all status, and then, whoops, sorry for that, scanner. Again, scanner, and then, why is that not showing up? Let me quickly check. Okay. Seems I do not have any SAST finding here. Let me quickly check. I switch it to my group. So I have a separate group. Just wanted to check if the findings are here. No, because the pipeline was not running. Yeah, okay. Good. Then let us switch back. Don't know if you also have some SAST findings. But nevertheless, what we can do is then to open, when we are in this vulnerability report, we can open GitLab Duo Chat. And what we have here next to these planner and daily compass agent, we also have a security analyst agent. Yeah. So here's also the description: automate vulnerability management and security workflows. Yeah, acts as an AI team member that has some extensional security knowledge. Yeah. So this security analyst is one of our foundational agents that directly come with GitLab. And because we see this as a big advantage to directly have an agent who is specialized on security topics and assessing various vulnerabilities and so on. So what I can now do is I just can copy, and you can also do that, copy the prompt here, list all critical and high vulnerabilities with their file locations. I just copy and paste it here. And then let's see what GitLab Duo is telling us. Yeah. I make it a little bit wider so that we can better view that. that does not make it better. Yeah, so you see here a detailed breakdown. And that is especially coming back to why do we have maybe these specific agents. I just have one prompt here, list all critical and high vulnerabilities, and it has a specific structure here. And this is the instruction for this agent. Yeah, so summarize all findings, then maybe summarize the key findings, so the most critical ones, also explain the affected files of these key findings, and then recommended actions. So that you, when you do not have this knowledge maybe, or are not really, do not feel very well in this area with fixing security issues and so on, this is a great help then to get a good start point and some recommendations. So what I'm now going to do is to ask GitLab Duo if I have any other. Do I have any other SaaS findings? So in case you have plenty of findings, you can use GitLab Duo Chat then to get directly some feedback, so that you do not need to go through all the list and search for something. Yeah. So in this case, we have no SaaS findings. What I can now do is to get some recommendations, maybe here for the AWS keys. Can you help me with the finding of AWS access keys? What do I need exactly to do? So in general, of course, the answer is do not put any passwords and secrets into code, of course. Yeah, but I just wanted to show you here in this case how you can interact, and also what the output is if you ask for more guidance and not just, hey, there is something that you need to change. Yeah, so we get a comprehensive answer here. So you have 3 AWS key findings in these and these files. Step by step, immediate, determine key type, and then also with explanation, what do I need to do in AWS? So go there to IAM and so on, update your code. So there's a plenty of instructions, more detailed instructions, and not only remove the secret from the code and that's it. Yeah, so you get more help if you are not really familiar also with AWS environment and so on. So this is very cool, I would say. Although, since I do not have this in my group, I can also check that if my pipeline is, so to say, finished in my project. Yeah, okay. So just for your information, I have 2 active groups here. The one where I'm primarily working in is from Johannes. And this is my redemption code here. So I can also check if I have, here I have some SaaS findings. Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. Because there's a difference. So you saw that we here in this case, when I switch back to the secrets finding, that I have a good instruction here how to do it. In terms also of SaaS findings, so for static application security testing, I have also the possibility to suggest a fix. And this is, you see it here with this blue icon. Then I can go into the vulnerability, Here is a OS command injection possible, yeah, in this Python file by Zast. And this is exactly also what you saw on our slide. Here you can say resolve with AI. And at the end, we create a merge request for that. And this will be done then in the background. So this will then also be directly linked so that you can also see from the merge request, hey, this is something, it's directly here. So in this case, it directly opens the merge request. You see MR created from this vulnerability. It's an AI generated fix. You can also see it here. And then you get a good summary. You also see the change that GitLab Duo is proposing here in this case. And yeah, then in this case, you can directly click on merge also to ship this. Of course, in reality, I would take some more time to do that. But in this case, for this demo setup, I do this. So this is the difference. So in some cases, you can directly fix a vulnerability, but also with the security analyst agent, you have really a comprehensive or a very experienced teammate, so to say, an AI teammate who can give you some guidance to quickly resolve vulnerabilities. Good. Just checking, I don't know, Oleg, is from the feedback, since I'm not looking at the chat, everything good? Other people coming with us?
Yeah, so basically there are some questions I'm trying to answer here currently, but everything seems to be good.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe there was one question around, I don't see the resolve options. So maybe, you can explain what does this mean when you are in the overview of the vulnerability report and do not see the resolve option.
I go back. So in my session here, the difference is it depends the fixing or the resolve functionality that I did now with this OS command injection. This is a Zast finding. So there is something in your code, your own developed code, which is critical and so to say a finding from our Zast scanner. And in this case, when you have these Zast findings, and you see it here, Zast Zemgrab, this is the scanner that we are using in our pipeline. In this case, you have the chance to ask GitLab Duo for a fix, so that directly a merge request gets created with the new code. For something like here, as an example, dependency scanning. Yeah, so we have here, as an example, we have a pillow buffer overflow vulnerability. This is from the dependency scanner. Yeah, the location is, of course, the requirements txt file, because there is this vulnerable package with version 9.3.0. So there is currently no way to also say GitLab Duo fix this. In this case, you have the direct hint also to upgrade to minimum 10.3.0 in this example. So you could do that. And also the security agent would tell you that and also tell you where to exactly do this. I mean, in this case, it's very easy to do this. But the thing is, when you have Zast findings in GitLab, then you also get the this option to resolve the vulnerability and automatically create a merge request to solve that. For the other scanners, this is currently not the case. I hope that answers the question. And also the question why you do not see this blue icon here on each and every line in the vulnerability report. Okay.
Should answer the session. Thanks, Fabian.
Yeah, welcome. Good. Vulnerability resolution. Check. We did that. And since this question was also, I guess, at the beginning, and I'm trying to answer that, let us also visualize that. What does it mean, SDLC view? Yeah, so we always talk about at GitLab the whole SDLC, so software development lifecycle. Yeah, this is the general flow of GitLab. Yeah, because our platform supports you from planning activities, writing code, testing code, push code, review code, merge it, release it, and deploy it. So the whole life cycle. And this is a typical flow that we are supporting. And our goal is to support with AI in each and every area, and not only on coding or creating code or auto completion. Yeah. This is what we want to do. And you saw that I think we covered a lot today. We worked with the planner, with the daily compass or the GitLab planner agent, to support more in this planning stage in GitLab. So with epics and issues, also, writing code was part of our session today, since the flow, the issue to MR flow, also had a part where new code needed to be created or some code needs to be changed. So here the issue to merge request is also covered. We also fixed failed pipelines. What I did now, vulnerability resolution. I also showed code review, and this is in general the USP in our platform, that we do not only want to support our customers with another code agent. It's really making the whole process more efficient with that. So everything is connected, and what you can also see here at the at the bottom of this slide, the GitLab knowledge graph. So this is also coming with the GitLab Duo agent platform, because we have so many data in our platform. I think on one slide from Johannes was also unified data platform. Because we have the code in GitLab, we have issues, merge requests, comments, and so on. And so there's a lot of knowledge in GitLab, which is very good for the agents to create good results. And the knowledge graph is also something coming with GitLab Duo agent platform, which understands and builds up a vector database to understand the relationship between all these issues, codes, pipelines, deployments, and so on. And that makes should make also the AI agents act more faster and get faster some context to give you a fast result at the end. Yeah. Good. Coming to GitLab AI best practice. So we have a lot of hands-on exercise. We had the introduction to GitLab Duo. And now we are more coming to an end. So DevSecOps has never been more important. Yeah, and this is the truth. And also the explosion of AI increased. You know that when you watch news, every week something new is coming up with AI. Also in the development area, there are plenty of tools, and but it is also important to still rely on security and compliance. Yeah. So and I think, or we think in general, AI also increase the importance of security and compliance. Yeah. Especially when AI is creating code, it is also more and more important also to check this code and also to have guardrails in place. Yeah. The good thing is AI in general here is creating code also not based on your code that you are sharing, so based on public code, yeah. But it needs to be tested in your environment with your security requirements and also with your compliance. And only to say I have code and it works, yeah, this does not mean also the code is secure. Yeah, so there are critical points that need to be considered, and yeah, stitching together some point products. Yeah, here's an AI tool and there's another AI tool that does not really help you. Yeah, that more has an impact to your tool chain. You have a scatter tool chain. Yeah, you have one tool for source code, one for CI/CD for security scanning, then an AI tool, and this will at the end slow you down. And you need a framework, a security framework, also to place probably your generated code, your AI code, and yeah, so to ensure that also AI is helping you in a good way and is not proposing something which does not fit to your requirements. So one comprehensive platform is the key. This is the heading of this. So GitLab is where enterprises build mission critical software. Yeah, it's not only a consumer tool; it's an enterprise focused tool. Yeah, we built this platform for organizations that need reliability, security, and governance. Yeah, so we have plenty of customers in banks, healthcare, governance software, and so on. And our platform is designed for that responsibility level. Yeah, and to help them also to ship software faster. You have a comprehensive platform, which means you saw that on the slide before with the whole workflow. We are integrating planning to production all in one platform. And this matters definitely for AI. AI needs a context, and GitLab knows a lot about your development if you are using it. And so it can help you to get the best results and best suggestions based on the context that you have in your software development lifecycle. And safe and trustworthy is also something very important. GitLab is not only tied to Azure only, yeah, so no cloud login or something. The good thing about GitLab is, and that's also one of our USPs, we are very open with the platform. Yeah, it's a multi-cloud possible, so you can host it on AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, on-premises hybrid. We have plenty of customers with different hosting solutions, and the good thing is it's open source, it's open core, so transparency is very important to us, so the people can see how it works. You can audit the code and so on. So your data is yours. That's very important, especially for regulated companies, and that's one very big advantage. We talked today a lot about AI, and I do not know any company which is currently not really looking into AI solutions. And what we are also often asked, or also from many management representatives, is how do we measure the value of AI? Yeah, and this is something also that we are trying to offer to our customers. You see here on this slide a screenshot from our analytics dashboard. We have plenty of analytics dashboard in GitLab, you may know it. And in terms of AI, we also implemented a GitLab AI impact analysis dashboard that should exactly show how AI is used on your GitLab instance, how many people are using code suggestions, and also implement the suggested proposals from GitLab Duo. Yeah, you can also see the cycle time, lead time, the deployment frequency, if it goes up or down. And yeah, so this helps you in general to measure what kind of impact AI has to your software development lifecycle. Yeah, it's not only about Duo seats. Yeah, so how many users are assigned to GitLab Duo. It's also really based on the usage of the different tools. And what is also very good is we have a GraphQL API. So that means I know that from some customers that have a central BI solution as an example and collect their metrics from different tools centrally in one place. So that is also possible. You can connect through the API also with GitLab and fetch some information to maybe work with this data in some other central BI tools, whatever you have, so that you can consolidate this maybe with some other stuff. Yeah. So it's one of very important point. If you are adopting AI, also to check how the people use it, and especially since you have here plenty of different tools in GitLab Duo that can be used. Yeah, and this is very, very important. I guess Johannes can also mention that we see it at our customers that most of the people, first of all, start to use it for coding. And when we also say as a customer success managers, hey, there are plenty of other things. Yeah, it's not only that part of the development workflow. There are plenty more functionalities that can help you at the end to be more efficient and have better results. Okay. Transfer project, just shortly, if you like, you have the chance to transfer your project to your personal namespace. This is not necessary, especially to have the full capabilities with GitLab Duo. You would also need some the specific licenses. Just as an offering, if you like to do that, you can do that. And the instructions for that are in the same folder where our DAP or DAP instructions were. You just need to open the transfer markdown file to get the instructions to transfer it. I will not do that this time, but if you like, you can do it afterwards, if you like to have this project. So a lot of things that we did today. I hope it was for you also a good mix through theoretical content about GitLab Duo agent platform and also the hands-on exercise. Also, when we had some hiccups with GitLab Duo, but at the end, also my second try, it worked quite well, I would say. And so yeah, GitLab Duo. Because I think there was a question when Johannes had his part in terms of when will it be available, how, and so on. So in general, as a tip, if you are a GitLab customer and you are interested in GitLab Duo Asian platform, or you may also think of testing it maybe, we can only recommend to contact your respective salesperson. There is definitely some salesperson there, or just contact about the over the GitLab page and get in contact with our team and to find out how you can best leverage it. And yeah, I think I repeated it a lot of time, but it is very important to say it is not only writing code. And I hope the sessions today, the slots, and also the hands-on part showed you that it's not only writing code, and that there are plenty of functionalities to support you really in the whole software development life cycle. Yeah, we keep your code secure. We never use it to train any models. And if you also want to learn more on university.gitlab.com, there are plenty of different labs that you can do also with certifications. There's a big offering, and there are also some AI trainings that you can do if you like to dive a little bit deeper into it, or maybe get a certificate at the end to have a small badge that you can share with your network. That is also possible. And with that being said, I would say we can go through the live Q&A if there are any questions left.
Yeah, maybe there's one question left on Michael. So can you use Do to search your entire repository? The agentic, so GitLab Do chat agentic mode can do for sure, but it always depends on how big is the context of the large language models and how long it will then take. We will have this GitLab knowledge graph where the team is working on to create a graph of all of your issues, merge requests, work items, and all the things how you are how they are connected, and this then can help the agentic chat to answer your question in a better way. So, and maybe one other thing which was asked a lot. Yes, we will share the recording with you afterwards, I think tomorrow or on Thursday, and you will also get these slides in a separate mail from us.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
And
as I said at the beginning, no screenshots necessary. You get everything and the link later on. Yeah.
Yeah, and with that, I think we are done. There are no any other question in the Q&A section so far. If you are interested in to try out demo in your organization as a trail, please reach out to your sales person, and if you do not have one, please reach out to us. We are always happy to connect you with someone from sales, and then for the right team members to have a POC, test it, try it, and I would say with that we can close it. Thanks a lot for joining today, and I hope you have a good Tuesday. We wish you, if you are celebrating Christmas, we wish you a very Christmas and hopefully a good start also into the new year. It's only 2 weeks left, so enjoy it and have a good time with your families and friends.
Yeah, I can only add thank you very much for your attention. I see also some of you like the demo. Good stuff. Nice to read that. That's always good feedback. So thank you very much for that, and have a good holiday season. Enjoy your time with your family.